A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. It's Wednesday, January 26th. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run. A 50-year-old Port Jervis woman has been charged with 6 counts of attempted murder for setting several fires in her first-floor apartment in Port Jervis early Tuesday, jeopardizing the lives of 6 second-floor residents. Dawn Hulse was also charged with arson in connection with the fires in the two-family home at 156 Jersey Avenue. When Port Jervis police arrived on the scene at about 12:20 in the morning, they saw the residents of the second-floor apartment, 3 adults and 3 children, an infant, 5 and 15-year-old, evacuating. Officers attempted to make entry to her apartment, but the woman barricaded the doors. When they finally forced entry, they found several fires burning inside the apartment and attempted to put them out with fire extinguishers. The heavy smoke forced the officers out. The fire department arrived, put the fires out, and searched for Hulse, who was found unresponsive, lying face down in the bathtub. She was transported to the hospital. An investigation determined that the fires were intentionally set, and the electronic circuit breaker powering the smoke detectors for the building were disconnected before the fire was set. Hulse was remanded to the Orange County Jail without bail. This wasn't the first time she was charged with arson. On November 12th of last year, she was charged in the village of Goshen with attempted arson for allegedly attempting to set fire to a building on Railroad Avenue in October. Reducing manpower on the shifts of the paid Newburgh City Fire Department is the way to reduce more than $1 million a year in overtime, City Manager Todd Venning believes. A career controller, he has bought into the philosophy of an accounting firm hired to analyze the overtime issue. The Paid Firefighters Union doesn't see it that way. They say more career members are needed to keep the city safe. Mayor Torrance Harvey, though, has floated the idea of bringing volunteers into the firefighting force.
So if you're really having a staffing issue, tell your chief and your president to negotiate for some volunteers so we can get some of these young African-American men and women and Hispanic men and women who live in this city to volunteer.
But Nick Bedetti, the president of the local firefighters union, says it's not that simple.
People don't have the time to do what it takes to become trained, to not only get trained, but, answer the calls at 2 o'clock in the morning, because, the volunteers have jobs at the end of the day, where they have their own lives.
The union president also pointed to the cost to the city for workers' compensation and equipment needed to bring in volunteers. More news in just a moment.
Find over 100 retailers allowing you to spend hours shopping safely at the Galleria at Crystal Run. Enjoy the big brands and the diverse selection of family-owned stores all in one location. The Galleria at Crystal Run offers dining options for everyone with Fuji 110 Grill, Allen's Mediterranean Grill, and Peru Cuisine. Discover the Mid-Hudson Valley's premier shopping, dining, and entertainment destination, the Galleria at Crystal Run. For more information, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit GalleriaCrystalRun.com.
Republican television pundit Joe Pinion has announced his intention to be the GOP candidate challenging Senator Charles Schumer in the November election. The 38-year-old former Colgate University football star is the host of his own Newsmax show, Saturday Agenda. Pinion met with Mid-Hudson News in Poughkeepsie on Tuesday to provide an overview of his ambitious campaign. Pinion labeled Schumer as a career politician who no longer places the concerns of New York residents as his first priority.
Chuck Schumer, he no longer represents the interest of the 19 million New Yorkers, right? The Schumer box Schumer from 1988 no longer exists. What we have now is somebody who is so concerned about holding on to power that he has forgotten to empower the people who have placed their trust in his hands. And so for me, we want to re-invite the people to this conversation.
Pinion blamed Schumer for the 2021 attack on law enforcement, calling last year the most dangerous year in our history to wear a badge. State police have revealed additional information into the murder of a 35-year-old Rhinebeck woman and the arrest of a 42-year-old male friend who had been charged with killing Danielle DeStefano. The accused, William Dickey, has been remanded to the Dutchess County Jail. On January 22nd at about 12:25 in the afternoon, troopers were dispatched for an emergency medical response to a residence on Mill Road in the town of Rhinebeck. Responding troopers found DeStefano dead inside her home. Investigators examined the available evidence, which led to the arrest of Dickey for felony murder. The Newburgh Police Department wants to know what the community thinks about it and how it can improve, so it's conducting a 1-month survey. City Police Commissioner Jose Guimarães says it's designed to provide guidance going forward.
It's going to give us a perspective how we can best plan for now and in the future to engage and how to tackle and best plan for our community relations.
The survey will be compiled by the National Police Foundation, an independent not-for-profit, non-member research organization. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run.